Hey everyone, it's Des Pena, aka the Trillionaire Woman. I manage a $70 million estate and help business owners that are making six figures plus maintain and grow their wealth utilizing policies and strategies that only billionaires use. Now, the topic that I would like to discuss today is credit. Now, you may think this is boring. If you're someone who has followed me for a really long time, you know that a majority of my content at the beginning was all about credit. And here's the reason why. This is what the wealthy know that other people usually don't. Leverage. You need to leverage, whether that be the money that you already have, whether that be the bank's money, in order to position yourself into a place where you can actually get a return on your investment. That can be utilizing credit to invest into real estate. That can be utilizing credit to invest into a mastermind or a course that will grow your skill set so that way you can actually make money with the skills that you learn. When people think about credit, they expect it to happen overnight. However, if you're someone who isn't starting from a great place with your credit, then don't expect the same results as someone who already has a 750s credit score with no collections. Obviously, that person's path to getting access to capital is going to be faster with better terms versus someone who has bad history. So that is why you have to clean any negative remarks that you have on your credit before trying to get money in order to do anything. And I personally feel like businesses 100% need to have their own credit. You should not be leveraging your personal for business purposes. Now, when you're first starting off, a lot of people make this mistake. And then what ends up happening is that you will over leverage on your personal credit if your investment doesn't go the way you want it to. And now you are locked for as long as it takes you to actually fix your personal credit. When on the other hand, you could have gotten credit under the business, and whether that utilization is capped out or not, you aren't locked in to not being able to get a house or a car or getting more financing for another business that you may have or may want to start. Obviously, building up your skill sets is going to be very, very big in this sector because you want to focus on what you're good at. I wouldn't necessarily say, hey, because I'm saying credit is important, learn all you can about it and try and do things yourself and et cetera, et cetera. You very well could if you have that kind of time. But if you're someone who wants a fast path to success, you pay the experts in their respective fields in order to get you to the result faster. You're going to pay, and you're either going to pay in time or you're going to pay in money or you're going to pay in both. And most of the time, people end up making the mistake of getting with a credit repair company that didn't provide any results. And they do this time and time again, trying different companies because they don't know what's going to work. Now, when you're working with the company, I would say a couple of things to look for are their track record. How many people's credit have they fixed? Like, ask them these questions. How many people's credit has they fixed? What's the timeline for me to get to my desired result? Do you provide any help after the fact? If there's someone who just says, oh, I'm going to fix your credit, bye, and then disappears from the face of the planet, how often do you get access to them if you need help with something? Because fixing your credit is a two-way street. It's not just handing it off to someone else and they take care of everything. They'll take care of a majority of it, but you still need to do your part, as in making sure that cards are paid down between 5 and 9% utilization, knowing when to pay the cards on time, paying it twice in a month instead of just once in a month to increase payment history. And these are all different things that will help you increase your scores while whoever it is working on your credit. If you're someone who needs help with your credit, you can go ahead and click the link down below and schedule a consultation. But I say all this to say that you are going to work 10 years, 20 years to save up what, 20K, 30K, 50K in order for you to even consider buying a house because you need that as the down payment. When if you were to leverage credit, you can have that 20K, 30K if you have great credit and as fast as like 60 days. If you have credit that needs to be built, then that can take a little longer, maybe 6 months, maybe 9 months. Even if it takes a year, you're still getting there a lot faster than if you were to save every single dollar. Last week, I actually saw a video with Pace Morby. He had his kid on his lap and he gave her some money and he said, "What do you want to do with this money?" And she goes, "Save it." And he goes, "No, we don't want to save it." And then she goes, "No, I want to save it." And he explained that she wants to invest her money. Why? Because when money's being saved, it's losing value every single day. When if she were to have invested her money, she would then be able to multiply it and have it grow. Anything that is not growing is dying. So if you're not putting your money to work for you, then it's simply dying to inflation, to increased cost of living, to everything else. So mitigating your risk by actually maintaining assets or accumulating assets as you're going through the process of fixing your credit and getting funding, whether that be buying a business, whether that be buying real estate, whether that be getting into an investment, whether that be funding a Roth IRA, whatever it is, your money needs to make money for you, or you will forever be working for money until the day that you die. And I don't say this to scare you. I say this to wake you up, because whatever you're doing, your kids are likely to follow. So remember, you're setting the example. And excuse me if this hits you a little hard, but you're setting the example of being broke in your family. You think living paycheck to paycheck is a way to live? You want that life for your kid? It doesn't matter how hard you work. It's about how smart you put your money to work for you. And with that, I'm going to close it out, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day or night.